but let's talk about it. What percentage should you put yours at? What is a good percentage to have your listing? Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Reseller Time. Today we're talking all about promoted listings, the best strategy regarding promoted listing. So if you're interested in content like this, I have a lot of training and guides and tips and tricks about eBay. So if that is something you're interested in, definitely subscribe, because I will go over pretty much everything on eBay. And so let's get straight into it. So promoted listing is a very important topic to talk about. And I think that if you really understand it and really understand it at a broad level, it's going to really help you. So I'm going to kind of do an overall review on promoted listings. So number one thing, I would recommend that you figure out how to sell your items without promoted listings before you start promoted listings. Because if you can figure out how to sell your items without any extra help, you really become a master at eBay. And I think that there are a bunch of people that don't use promoted listing, and they just really have a good grasp on the market for their specific niche, and they really understand where things should actually be priced. And so if you master where things should be priced, and it's a good quality listing, like really good photos, let's say there's good measurements, good item specifics, super optimized title, and it's priced according with the market or slightly below, you should be able to sell that item without any promoted listing. Now, let's say you make your product way over market, the titles are bad, the item specifics are bad, and then you rely on promoted listing, let's say 20%, you may have really bad conversion rate, and you don't really understand how to use the platform if you're just if you're doing everything wrong, but you're just promoting and just hoping that you get the sale. And sometimes promoted listings won't even help if your listing is really bad. On my channel, I go over how to structure your titles perfectly, and I talk about how to really optimize your overall listing to get more sales without it. But let's talk about it. What percentage should you put yours at? What is a good percentage to have your listing at? For every single niche, it's different. For clothing, that's what I'm going to be talking about today, but it may also apply with many other niches. So when I first started with my clothing business, I did like 20% promoted listing, or actually I started on 10%, and then I had some good results, but then I bumped it up to 20%, and yes, it gave me a little bit more results, but I found that my conversion rate was really bad. Like mine right now is about 2.2%. I think when I jumped it way up to 20%, it went down to like 1.5 or 1.2, which is not good. It just means that you're getting all this traffic and all this extra views and all this extra traffic, but it's converting less. So promoted listing, if you overdo it, it's going to start promoting to people that may not necessarily be interested in your product. So it may, like, let's say you're promoting a certain brand, it's going to put that brand in other brands' search results. And most people are like, well, I'm not looking for that brand. I'm looking for Nike, let's say. If you promote your listing really high, you could get Puma in a Nike search result. So I hope you understand what that means. And so you need to really create a fine line for yourself where it's working, and to the point where if you like promote it even more, it's going to hurt your page. I think you can get to a point in promoted listing where it actually hurts your sales, it hurts your results, and that's not good. And we could all just keep promoting it higher and higher, and then eventually it's going to be 100%. So as sellers, we need to really not overdo it, let's say, but we all have to collectively do that, obviously. But like I said, it can get to a point where it hurts your sales, where if someone does 5% and someone does 30%, the person that does 5% may do even better, because it's more specific. It's promoting to more of a specific demographic to that product. So I hope that makes sense. And so I would really not like turn it on or turn it off. Like, let's say your sales are down, right? Don't turn it off and turn it back on, because I used to do that and I wouldn't get any sales for like 2 days because like I feel like it takes about 24 to 48 hours for it to repopulate or for it to actually turn on. So if you're turning it on and turning it off, it may hurt your sales like dramatically. And then also don't jump from, let's say you're at 3%, then you jump all the way up to 15 or 20%. That's going to hurt you in the long run, because then you're accustomed to making sales at 20. And then let's say like you figure out that it's way too much and you're not really making any money because you're promoting way too high and your margins are really, really bad. And then you jump back down overnight to 3%, that's going to hurt your traffic as well. So what I would recommend is to start really low, around 1 to 3%, see how it works, then gradually, maybe week by week, or you could do it day by day, but you can't really get a good grasp of it. So I would say maybe a week to even a month, and gradually go up slowly to where it makes sense. And let's say it's going up and you for sure see like increased sales, and then you get to a point where it kind of drops off. I would stop there. For me personally, for clothing, I just do 10%. I'm not going to go any higher. If anything, I may experiment with tapering down to really see if it does anything, because I believe that my listings are so optimized already that they would sell without promoted listing. But obviously, it gets you increased search results, puts you on the top of that specific search. So it definitely helps, and I would rather have it on for me personally than have it off. However, 10% may be too high for me. So instead of me just going all the way down to 3%, where I would probably see a huge drop off in sales, I would taper down slowly or taper up slowly and find that sweet spot. For clothing, I think 10% is pretty reasonable. I think it's good. I think that's a good place to be for clothing. I would talk to some of the people that are the highest within your niche, who's making the most money, who's getting the most sales, who's making the most profit, and ask them, or try to find videos about that specific niche that you're in and see where they're promoting it at. And so, yeah, I hope this helps you. I hope this opens you up to, how promoted listings work. If you got value in this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, because it'll probably help other people. And ideally, we all want to be promoting low, so it's less competition, and that way everyone makes more money. Because if it gets to a point where everyone is at like 100%, no one's going to make money. Or if everyone's slowly going up by 1 point every day, then the suggested ad rate is going to be like 30%, and then no one's going to make money. So I would recommend to keep it low. I'm never going to go over 10%. If anything, I'm going to go down slowly, and it may hurt me, but then I feel like eventually eBay will just give you the same. I don't know, because I know there's people that don't promote and they get a bunch of sales, and then there's people that promote that get less sales, some get more. It's kind of weird. I think it would be smarter to have it on for sure, 100%. I have mine on. I'm going to keep mine on. However, I may experiment with tapering it down, and if I see a huge drop off in sales, I'll just bring it back up slowly to 10%. But I'm not going to go over that, because I think it's just ridiculous to go over 10%, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree with that. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you got value, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, because I have way more content like this. And with that being said, we'll see you very soon. Peace.